99.7 DJX, the Ben Davis and Kelly K Show podcast. Turn it up. On demand.
When you've got a relationship problem, you can send us a message and we'll toss it out there and just work it out for you, you know? If you allow us to call you, we'll do that too. It's free therapy.
Got a relationship problem? Let the Ben Davis and Kelly K Show screw it up. This is free therapy.
All right, good morning, Cece.
Hey, good morning.
Okay, so, hey, will you walk us through what you wrote us?
Yeah. So real quick, like, my boyfriend and I have been seeing each other for a few months.
Mm-hmm.
And a couple of days ago, he got this text message while his phone was on the counter.
Right.
And he wasn't, and so, like, he was in the other room, so I glanced at it to see, like, who he got the text from.
Mm-hmm.
And it was from a girl named Jen.
Sure.
But in parentheses, it said backup next to her name.
Oh.
And, like, yeah, like, I thought that was really weird, so I got into his phone to check the contacts and discovered he's got other girls in his phone with the word backup next to their name.
Okay, so wait. So it said Jen, and then almost like a last name, it says backup next to?
Yeah, it's just like in parentheses right after her first name.
Okay.
And like, I don't know, like, does this mean, like, I mean, my head immediately goes to, like, is he keeping girls close in case we break up, or am I, like, reading way too far into this?
Okay, so you said that you and he are relatively new, like you've been dating only a few months, right?
Yeah, like, and I mean, we talked a lot, like, at the beginning of COVID, and then we started dating, kind of like a few months after it started. So it's been like 3 months or so.
Oh, okay.
Wow. Okay, so I know a lot of people that tend to name people in their phone to distinguish who is who. And I think this might be one of those situations, like this could be a very big red flag.
Yeah, like, that's immediately what I thought. Like, honestly, it just seems like he's keeping these other girls close in case we break up. And, I mean, how is our relationship supposed to work if he's not putting his full effort into it?
So, Cece, can I throw something out to you? Because guys, and I would count myself in that category, guys are not quick to change things. So who's to say that is for you guys? Like, it could have been maybe a relationship 2 years ago that he just hasn't changed these names in his contacts in his phone that says backup. I don't know. I mean,
that could be true.
So anyways, we're getting some text messages here. 502-571-9970. And, you know, maybe if you hang out, see how people suggest that you approach this.
Yeah, I mean, like, I'll definitely do that. And I don't know, I guess, like, what you said kind of makes me feel a little bit better. Like, maybe that is all it is. I really don't know right now.
All right. Thanks, Cece. We got a text message from Ashley. It said, girl, run. It's too early to already be having that in his phone.
Well, and Angelina said, how are you labeled in his phone? That's a good question.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah.
Well,
like,
okay.
Main girlfriend?
Yeah.
Main stage?
Kelly, have you ever, like, renamed a person in your contacts list as, like, a descriptor with a descriptor?
Yeah, but it's normally like, you know, green shirt. It was like when we met someone at the bars or something.
Oh,
like, you know,
okay, right.
This guy, green shirt, whatever, to help us remember who it was.
Well,
but typically, if you are continuing a conversation and you have a relationship, then you know who they are and you don't need the descriptions. And if he's got several girls in his phone labeled backup,
oh, gosh.
I feel like it's the quantity. It's not a good thing.
Yeah. Okay. We did get a text message from a listener that says, well, maybe they're his backups for his shift at work. Wow.
Oh.
Maybe.
That is a really good, you know what? That could be. I don't know. We didn't ask what his job is.
Yeah. I'm going to call this girl and this girl and this girl and this girl and this girl as a backup.
Curious that they're all girls.
Right. And that piqued her interest. So she looked in his phone, noticed there were several other girls in his contact list with the name, their name, and the word backup listed next to him.
So we've had several people suggest that it could be shift work backup. We just thought it was a little weird that maybe they're all women.
Yeah.
I mean, there is that.
Justin texts in and says, hey, if you don't want to ruin your day, don't look at a guy's phone. Hey, Justin, that's not always the case. That's not always the case. I mean, now listen, she did say that they, are in a relatively new relationship. So I think, from a guy, maybe his point of view, because I brought this up earlier that, maybe this was from an earlier relationship that he was in where he had some girls listed as backups and it wasn't necessarily their relationship that he had all these quote unquote backups for. But why do you have to list them as backups in your phone?
Is he a singer? Maybe backup dancers. So
yeah, Christy texts in and says, this worrisome girl could be my soul sister, but it's too early for this nonsense. Chuck up the deuces. 2020 isn't the only thing that sucks. Okay. Chad says maybe he's on a bowling team and all these girls are possible team members in case someone doesn't show up.
He's a bowler. So far we've gotten he's a singer with backup dancers. Right. Now he's a bowler on a bowling team. Sure. Got it. Steph rolls in. I have Satan in my contacts, aka my ex-husband. Well.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I did for a long time have just first name and do not answer as their last name. So
wow.
I did have a couple of those in my phone as contacts.
Why did you keep their numbers?
Because I decided to save it into my phone. This was when I used to pick up unknown numbers that weren't in my contacts list. Now I don't even pick up numbers that are in my
I was going to say, you could just not answer.
Right. This is back when I was foolish enough to actually pick up these numbers that were like from a 502 area code. And I'd just be like, hello. And then it'd be like, oh gosh. And then I'm like, I'd have to get off the phone. And then finally I was like, okay, I just need to label this as do not answer this number.
Okay. So did we help Cece? Do we tell her to run away? Was that the consensus? Like, are we? Well, is this too many red flags? So many people are saying red flags.
Well, Angelina brings up a point via text message. She says he left his phone unlocked and unguarded around you. I doubt he thinks of this as anything bad for the two of you. That is true.
Oh.
Like if
you are giving him a lot of credit, though.
Yeah,
for being aware of that.
Because he did, remember, ask her, hey, who's that text message from? And that was what prompted her to look at the phone in the first place.
Okay. That is true. So, all right. So maybe we just say, hey. So what was that? What's that backup mean? Just kind of casually throw it out there and see what he says.
Ashley texts in and says, maybe he's Santa Claus and these are his ho-ho-hos.
See? There you go. There's lots of possibilities.
Lots of possibilities. We have it on Facebook if you want to continue the conversation at Ben and Kelly Show.